Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our webinar. We are going to start in just a minute, so hang tight. Okay, I think it's top of the hour, so we will kick off the webinar. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Erica Goldwater, and I will be the moderator for today's webinar, Streamlining Document Collection for Financial Services with S-Drive. I'm going to go over the agenda very briefly before we kick off. First, we'll go over an introduction with S-Drive. Then we'll dig into DocuFetch, document collection feature of S-Drive. Then we'll share a use case with you, document collection for financial institutions, which of course is why everyone's here. It is tax season, of course. Monday was the big deadline for those in the US. So we thought this was applicable. We'll go into a demo, and then finally we'll all gather together for a Q&A at the end and answer any questions that you may have. I'm thrilled today to have two amazing speakers. First of all, Bulent Dugan, who is the founder and chief architect of CyanGate, is joining us, and Thomas Norris, who is our sales engineer. So we will be recording the webinar. Questions will be available at the end. And without further ado, I will hand this over to Bulent.
Hi, everyone. This is Bulent. Thanks for coming here. And we start our journey. I'll talk about our journey with S-Drive. S-Drive was introduced in 2008. We worked on 2008 with our idea of unlimited storage that we can give to our Salesforce customers. Then we listened to our customers every step of the way until today, and we still continue to listen to our customers, and we turned our unlimited storage solution into a document management solution, and over the years continue to add more features, including folders, including sharing with security, as well as versioning. All of those features were added throughout the years based on customer requests. Then we got into more sophisticated requirements, which included compliance, and that meant that we had to build our records management solution. And for ease of use, we also integrated with Microsoft 365 solution that allows you to edit Excel, PowerPoint, Word documents within S-Drive. And finally, last year, we thought that e-signatures directly from S-Drive would be a great addition. Some of our customers were already doing that. And we incorporated DocuSign as an integration point into S-Drive. And we recently announced our native S-Drive desktop experience, which allows users to be able to browse through Salesforce records, accounts, opportunities within the standard Windows Explorer interface. They can open up an account as if it's a folder, look at the folders that are within S-Drive on their desktop as if it's on the desktop. And when they open these folders, they can easily see their files, double click on a file, open that up, make changes, save it back in, and it will version it seamlessly. You can even use that for migrating large amounts of files into S-Drive. And finally, our financial sector customers came back to us and said, we need to have a better way to collect documents from our customers. We need streamlined processes for this. So our answer to that is DocuFetch. If you can go to the next slide. So what DocuFetch provides is an easy way for our customers to send and to request and collect documents, forms, e-signatures from their clients, partners, or external parties. And this is extremely easily done within the same CRM system so that you don't have to get out of your customers' records. And this allows you to streamline your workflows when you're onboarding your customers, gives a very professional experience to your prospects. And it starts the whole company experience with a very streamlined and efficient workflow, which includes requesting secure e-signatures, verifying what the information was sent collaboratively with the external parties by saying that, okay, this document is not what I asked for. Can you send me a new document? Or this is a blurry image of your ID. Can you send me a new one? And all the uploads are effortless. You can drag and drop them into forms. And you can also request more information to be sent, documents to be generated out of that information and routed for e-signature, all done on the portal very easily and securely. That's the most important part. We made sure that everything is secure and everything is done seamlessly with your external parties. If you go to the next one, you will see that this will give you a lot of benefits in terms of, once we go to the next one, I don't know if the screen has updated, at least on my side. Yep, still do. Maybe it's not updating. Oh, no. Yes. Okay. So what are some of the benefits of DocuFetch? It's not just DocuFetch. This also includes, number one, S-Drive comes with this benefit. It has been there forever. You can save money on your storage cost. That's when we offload your storage to Amazon storage, we give you that feature out of the box. And this allows you to handle very large files and exchange these files with your customers securely, or within your organization also, and organize them. But with DocuFetch, now we are providing a turnkey solution where your CRM system is fully integrated into your document management solution and also integrated into your e-signature and form submission solution with a turnkey solution, which makes it very easy. It's a great value proposition. You can take this and go to market within weeks by setting up all your configurations, getting everybody trained and up and running very, very quickly. It's a very simplified user experience. We are also saying that we are working with our customers to even further simplify it. A new version of DocuFetch is also coming up with our 3.0 S-Drive release at the end of this month. And that will allow us to also further improve the user experience. That also includes user experience on the mobile, as you can send your customers a link to quickly open the link on their mobile phones and then upload files directly by taking photos or scanning images. Also doing e-signatures with their fingers. It's super easy. The experience is seamless. It's also becoming industry specific. The solution is tailored towards financial sector just because it allows you to handle certain things with the necessary security and checks around it. It's a fully packaged solution that you can take it to your customers. If you are in the business of tax preparation, for example, we just talked about that, you'll be able to request 2023 tax returns, financial documents, bank statements, all of those securely from your customers. Everything that comes back into the system is organized. You can approve it, reject it if you want. It allows you to work in a secure environment. And we have also worked with external auditors and got our solution SOC 2 Type 2 compliant, which means that you'll be assured that it's secure and it's constantly monitored to be safe to use for your financial customers' documents. Next. For financial sector, what does this mean? In the financial services, you can easily onboard your customers. That's what I mentioned as a use case. You can send automatic reminders for people that have not submitted their documents. You can request forms to be submitted for approval for applications. You can ask for as a lender, for example, you can ask their financial documents to be submitted, the forms to be submitted. You can have forms to be signed for releasing social security numbers, credit scores, those type of things. It's a collaborative environment also. When you receive documents, you can also make a decision and say, oh, this is not the document I asked for. And from within the system, you can reject with comments and then request the documents again. And you can version your documents as you collect them at the same time. And this is all done securely within our SOC 2 compliant system. Also works with Salesforce security, which makes it pretty secure for financial customers, as most financial sector customers use Salesforce. And this is all I have, and I'm going to pass it to Thomas, where Thomas will be demonstrating the solution live so that you can actually see it for yourself. Any questions, you can type them in the Q&A area. I haven't checked.
Yep, I do have one, excuse me, I do have one question that came through already. A couple came through, in fact. One question that came through is this FINRA compliant? Is DocuFetch FINRA compliant?
So I can answer that. It's not FINRA compliant because we have not audited the system by an external auditor for FINRA compliance. It does satisfy the security requirements. There are certain configurations you need to do to the storage configuration to make it compliant with WARM, which is read once, write many, which is a requirement on FINRA. But what we are hoping to do is to certify that eventually at some point, once we complete all the features that we are already thinking about adding in our roadmap.
Okay, great, thank you. Hopefully that answered that question. There was another one. Does DocuFetch work with Box.com?
It does not work with Box.com, but that ties into FINRA also. Box.com is a FINRA compliant solution. So our roadmap actually includes integration with Box.com. We have come from the storage side of the world, but DocuFetch is so much providing so much value to our customers that for financial sector and other sectors, Box.com has established itself at the banks, especially as a storage environment due to FINRA requirements. So we plan to make it storage agnostic eventually, which will also mean that you will be able to purchase DocuFetch and not use S Drive, but also optionally use Box.com or Salesforce files or any other storage system that we add into our roadmap as an integration point.
Okay, great. Thanks for that one. I see one more that came in. It said, there's a question about storage. Do I need to use S Drive or can I use my own storage?
At this point, you have to use S Drive. That's the same answer. We are working on making that agnostic so that you can use Salesforce files. The good thing about S Drive is it's at this point, it's superior to Salesforce files. It has organization, individual file level controls, tagging, all those are included with Salesforce, with S Drive. Salesforce files lacks all these. But if you are already using Salesforce files, we have a seamless file synchronization that will move it over to your S Drive related area, which is the record related area. I just saw another question coming from chat. It says from Pam, does it continue to send reminder emails to the client, or is the communication handled internally through a product like Outlook?
I can manage that, Bülent.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so as far as DocuFetch communication out to the client, that is really in the administrator's hands, how you would prefer to do that. So just like our S-Drive emailing functionality that I showed in the beginning of the demo that works off of Salesforce email functionality. It's the same thing. We have just been able to use it in order to send out files via Salesforce. It's the same thing here where you can use Salesforce functionality with DocuFetch because they're so well ingrained together. So this is something that your administrators would be comfortable doing, and we're happy to chat with them about. We already have some documentation on how to use S-Drive files with flows for things like notifications, and it all works the same way with DocuFetch requests. So you are totally empowered as a user when you're setting up DocuFetch to set up alerts, whether you want to alert those external users every 2 days, every 3 days, when something's been rejected or when something's been approved, how you want to do that, which can all be through Salesforce as opposed to using a third party like Outlook. That is all completely in your hands as to how you would like to customize that functionality. And it can be different based on different records and different object types, things like that. You can very much customize it to your needs.
And you can leverage the templates within Salesforce also to write template emails and say, when the request is sent with this template. For reminders, use a different template. For the final reminder, maybe use a different template. You can do all those just using standard Salesforce functions.
Great. That was a good question from Pam. Hopefully we answered that fully. I see one more. Did another one come in via chat that you guys can see?
No, I don't see anything else.
Okay.
Right.
So then this last one was, are there any customers using DocuFetch today?
Yes, it's already, so we built this with one of our customers already, but it's currently being used at, I will say 4 or 5 customers. We call them the initial adapters, or there's a different word for it, I forgot, but we have been calling early adapters. Yes, not initial, but early adapters. So they have been very helpful for us. We really appreciate their work. Most of them are either in wealth management or up in Canada. We have a lender that is our customer. They are, right after this webinar, I have a meeting with the customer actually giving us more feedback on how we can improve it. So our next version 3.0 is going to also include all that feedback with streamlined and more efficient interaction, both for the receiving end of these requests and also on the sending end of the requests. So we have been working with them for about 6 months as we put this into a beta testing phase with the early adopters.
Great, that's awesome. I mean, clearly it's a powerful solution, and I can't imagine, especially being in financial services, having to deal with all those requests for files and, worrying about security and, rejecting certain things. It saves a lot of back and forth. I can imagine what a powerful solution this is. So there aren't any more questions. So the last thing that we had is we were just going to let everyone know where to find us. If you have additional information or questions for us, you can email Thomas at his email here. Again, thank you so much for joining us today, talking about DocuFetch and S-Drive, which is the highest rated document management app. So thank you so much, Bülent, and thank you so much, Thomas, for today and for the great questions that came in. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.